Let's go.
Welcome to MLB Prop Pick Show, powered by the Bat, revamping things literally on the fly, and I love it. We're gonna do some home run props today, and we literally just ironed it out right now because the pitching market has changed. Bet365 is opening outs markets and then taking them down. Outs markets across the board are actually disappearing, and I think I wrote yesterday, Derek, that it probably has a lot to do with you putting your numbers out.
It might be. I mean, we had an outs prop that I loved earlier that we were going to do, and then it got taken down everywhere. And I was like, all right, maybe there's rain in this game, but like not really. I don't know. We've kind of talked about it all year, how the market has changed this year. It moves quicker. And there just doesn't seem to be as much value, especially at this time of day, as there was last year. So I'm having trouble finding, a full slate of plays every day. Now I can kind of loosen up, my threshold a little bit. I've always talked about how, I really only talk about the plays that I love on here. Or we can go where the value is, which is kind of what I preach anyway. And this year, the market is showing us a lot of value in home runs. So they are going to be much higher variance. We are going to lose most of them, but at the odds that you get them at, you bet enough of them in volume over the course of the year, you should be profitable. And so we're gonna start mixing some of these in, and I think it'll be fun.
We got a plus 575, a plus 1400, and a 475. So you mentioned that it's like, okay, yeah, if we're doing this, they'll be 0-3 days.
Oh, there will be a lot of them.
Yeah.
Be prepared.
Yeah. But I do like the idea. I know everybody loves betting home runs. And I think it's a tough market.
Yeah. Some years the books offer home run props, and it's like they know. I mean, everyone loves home runs. And the odds being offered on them are just terrible. Like there's no value, but that has not been the case this year. There has been legitimate value on home runs. It's been one of the markets that projects for the most value consistently every day.
And JPC4 says, yes, social releases are always great too. We'll take those Holton over 1.5 strikeouts. I think Holton pitched the next day or something. He filled in. I saw him. I'm like, what? He's
just a reliever. He's a little opener. He pitched the same as he would have pitched out of the bullpen, but he opened the game and, he threw almost 2 innings. I think the inning projection was like perfect on him, and we hit it. It was nice. The number they left on him was too big.
Who was the Tampa Bay guy that opens and was a 2-inning guy who they struggled with the books last year? Pricing strikeout prop.
So many openers. I can't even.
Yeah. Yes. Mettler's funny. I just like he doesn't have to give out a lot, and he is quite good at it. Projection wise, let's get going. Kind of looking off screen. I'm looking at the odds screen here, so we can get things going. And there's right at the top. There's one of the guys that's projecting well today offensively. Right at the top of the covers, MLB prop projections. Sort by game, sort by market, sort by price, and the analysis from the bat. Release procedure, we'll keep it the same. Tell you the book. Tell you the secondary books. Tell you the market, the player. We'll tell you everything we can. We need you guys to let us know where it is. So Mr. Gerg says, yes, Zach Littell. Yeah, that's where my head was at. I'm like, it's one of the openers, but I think it's one of the guys that was openers that now is a starter.
Was Littell an opener for a while?
Rasmussen?
Oh, yeah, Rasmussen, because he was coming back from injury last year, was used as an opener instead of a real starter. Yeah,
but it was like he could go 9 outs here. And
that I think that sounds familiar.
So there's Bobby Newport chiming in on what me and Derek were discussing in the final hour before we went on air here. What is the typical unit size with home runs?
I mean, you were kind of saying it. Like, it's really up to you guys what you want to unit size this as, you're definitely not doing full units. That's craziness. I think we decided what we're going to, just for tracking purposes, do quarter units on all home runs. I mean, you can size it based on the odds if you want, like certain ones, like we have a plus 1400 one today that, maybe you would size a little lower if you wanted. But just for consistency tracking purposes, I think we're doing quarter units on these, right?
Yeah, we'll go quarter units on these. So like the 575 will return like 1.4 units on a quarter unit bet, which keeps us within the scale of where everything was previously. Milo saying the only correct answer is whatever the books allow. Now, in your world, Milo, maybe that's correct. In people just tuning in, maybe not the best advice. Maybe not the best advice. But
Yeah.
yes, it's a market, and I know why you're tentative to get into it, because it's a market that you kind of have to play every day.
You need a huge
Sample
sample
size.
size in order for the variance to wash out and to kind of realize your expected value. So, we haven't done a lot of this type of stuff on the show before because we're only on here, a few days a week, giving out a couple plays. I don't know what kind of sample size of these we are going to be able to build up, but hopefully over the course of a full year, we'll get something resembling a reasonable sample size.
Bobby Newport saying me trying to get on Milo's level, and Milo, I think, saying you don't want to be on my level because I can bet 35 cents at Rivers or something like that. Yeah. All right, let's get going. Bet 365. I'm looking at the odds screen here, so I apologize because we just put things together. Secondary book, DraftKings 25 points off. Hard Rock is up there too, probably in a price you want to buy. FanDuel is 95 points off the number we're going to release here. Let's go. Mackenzie Gore versus the Orioles, and go Gunnar Henderson home run at 575. Now things, we get a little different here. It's like, where is the buy price becomes a little different in terms of where it is, and we put you on the spot here. I'm assuming the 550 at DraftKings is good.
Yes,
Hard Rock at
550
500 is probably where you would draw the line.
Let me see if I can pull up a little bit of context on this. Yeah, I think the 500, that's about where I'm still good with this. Below that, I think FanDuel's 480, you said. It's okay. It shows some value, probably below the threshold I would want. I mean, I'm kind
But
of
if you have
still.
FanDuel, you should be able to get the DraftKings number, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, if you can get anything over 500, I think we're looking pretty good here.
Facing a lefty and Gore, who I actually just bet is over 2.5 earned runs. Baltimore doesn't crush lefties, but Gore, they let Gore pitch a lot. Like, he's pitched 90, I think it's like 96 plus pitches in 7 of his 8 starts. So Gunner's going to see him a third time through the order, probably. Baltimore, better hitting park this year for sure. What do you like here?
Yeah, it seems, I mean, if you've been using the bat for home runs this year, you see Baltimore stuff popping up a decent amount. It seems like the books haven't fully accounted for the fence shift. I mean, I don't think we're going to be seeing a lot of stars home run props. Like, we're never going to be betting Aaron Judge. But Henderson's good. Like, Henderson's really good. It's not a secret. He's been good. He's got the platoon advantage. He's in a decent park. They're giving us odds that are, I mean, really what home run props come down to. I know so many people approach home run props as like, this guy's in a great spot. He's good. He's definitely going to hit a home run. Like, no, like the same as anything else we're doing. It's just about the probability of it happening compared to the implied probability from the odds. Gunnar Henderson, the bat projects to have a 21% chance of a home run today. And so at the odds we're being offered, we're being given value. And that's really what it comes down to.
Not gonna be some crazy analysis, right? It's not gonna be like, well, he threw a 27 pitch side session on Tuesday, and that doesn't look like it'd be accounted for. No, it's.
I mean, there will be factors that, go into it and say, okay, well, Baltimore today is 80 degrees and there's a little bit of wind blowing out. And like, maybe we'll talk about umpires and different stuff like that. But really, a lot of it's going to come down to, are they giving us a good price?
Yes, and some people you can use those boosts. Seeing people talk about that. 400 at Caesars is far, far, far away from where we're liking this. Joe says, "No, I know. I just looked at their left hitting numbers versus lefties, but
Yeah, I
see how it
wouldn't worry
goes.
about that. Yeah.
You don't. No, it's
That's
factored
probably
in.
why we're being offered good odds on it, honestly. I mean, I should probably look into like our 100 has Gunnar been really bad against lefties this year? If that's the case, then that's great because that's why we're being offered good odds. And that kind of stuff is so noisy, so noisy. We should absolutely expect Gunnar Henderson to be better against lefties going forward if he hasn't been already. So yeah, I'm no concern there for me if that's the case.
Nick Porto saying, is there any logic behind a quarter unit on that, and then the over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs for the same player? No, it's
For
not
Henderson.
dumb. They both project well. I'm sure they both project well.
Yeah, the 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs, it looks like -120 is like your best line. It doesn't show as much value. It'll win more often, projects to win 58% of the time, but at the price, -120, not as much value as the home run here.
Hit that like button. Appreciate everybody there in the chat as we keep going. But Gunnar Henderson on the board, 575. Those will be quarter units going forward. I appreciate it. A couple more on the go here. Al Mello says, how about the Cubs with the wind blowing at Wrigley? By the time, there used to be a time when you could wake up in the morning and still beat the price for wins in Wrigley.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, it's 11.5 by 8 a.m. already.
Yeah, there's actually the only value showing on home run props in that game right now actually are very small value on unders. Like the market is aware of wind and Wrigley.
Over aware.
Yeah.
I believe the last big windy game, I think it was versus Arizona. I think there was like 8 runs scored in the 8th inning. It was looking like an under game, and there was a lot of people online saying, yes, laughing at the people who bought up the overs immediately just because of the wind and were buying the under 11.5, which probably should have hit. It looked good until it wasn't. It was winning until it wasn't. But there's probably more value on the unders in Wrigley when everybody's smashing the overs just because of the wind that maybe can change at any moment. That game made me a lot of money. Al Mello, that's fine. It's like a 3-week game. I was trying to find it. It was like 3 weeks ago. Yahtzee says he bet the under on that game. I think that was the sharp side probably in that game. Wait till game time, the 220. I think it's Wrigley's a 220 spot, and hit that under. Let's get going. I got to pull up the other ones here as I wasn't as ready for this as I am for the other ones. Texas. Let's go. Oh, sorry, Mariners, Padres.
Yeah. I know why you thought it was Texas.
I know, yeah. Just trying to bring up some other books here. DraftKings, same price. We're at 365 here. MGM, same price. So there we go. Hard Rock, 100 points off. This is a big one. This is a very big number. Yeah, we're going 1250 there. So jump over to DraftKings. We're shopping around for 150 points.
When it comes to this kind of thing, that makes a difference. I'm very surprised he moved.
No, it's a very surprised that they move at all. Look at producer Mick just firing through things there. Down to the bottom, second from the bottom, 1,300.
Can we check MGM?
And the last one, let's check MGM. Apologize. We got to go see our buddy. Hey, he doesn't even come up on the screen. Oh, look at this guy's just firing. Like Mick's probably in the background on his weekends, just betting on second tier Dutch soccer. Look at him navigate these menus. I have like a conspiracy theory that I think the books time you out quickly so you can't go through.
I think DraftKings the best line. I think that's
yeah.
1,300
at DraftKings is there.
Yeah.
I appreciate you, Paul. Thanks, brother. Now we get home runs. So we're going back there. Yes. Seattle at San Diego. And we're going Taveras here at 1,300, which is probably as big as the second biggest one. What's life like for Luis Reyes, where you hit 350, but you have the longest home run price on the board? The guy that makes the most contact. Like, wouldn't you just be hitting the gym during the off season and being like, "Can someone help me get some of
I
these
don't know.
balls
I
over
mean,
the fence?"
he's not trying to do what he can't do, I guess. He knows what works for him. He's got this super outlier approach that works, I guess. I don't know.
Anyway,
Um,
Taveras for 1,300. This is just a projection versus probability. 10. What do you got? You
yeah.
got 1 in 10. This hits in 1 in 10.
Yeah, I think this projects as a 9% winner. So, plus 1,300, we're good with that. I think if you're down to like plus 1,250, I think is probably fine.
1,200 at ESPN, I'm seeing.
Yeah, he's been bad this year. The Rangers released him because he was so bad, and the Mariners picked him up, and he has not done anything with them in 7 games so far. But really, what we're kind of counting on here is just some natural regression to come for him. Like, he's a guy who, in the past, doesn't have a lot of power, but has a little bit of power. And as much as kind of we don't think so at this point, some people, a month and a half is still a really small sample size. So we're getting a small sample size on a guy who should be better than this. You look at his projections on FanGraphs, and everyone kind of thinks he's the same guy as the bat does. And we're in a decent enough spot here where we'll take a big number on him.
What's the difference? I just checked it out. What's the difference between about JP Crawford at that number at 1,300? JP Crawford projects for
He projects to win
0.09 home runs versus 0.1.
Yeah, he projects to win 8% of the time compared to Taveras at 9%. And when you look at the expected value, it's like almost cut in half between that. It's just there are very kind of slim when it comes to home runs. They're slim kind of margins here. So Crawford looks okay. Taveras looks good. It is what it is.
It's a plus 1,300, right? Yeah, it's not like you're. Yeah, it is what it is. There's no layups, that's for sure. Yahtzee saying he's due. It's his birthday. He's hitting a home run today.
God, please tell me it's Leody Taveras bobblehead day. Someone.
I do enjoy a good bobblehead angle. I'm not gonna lie. J-Rod had a good bobblehead day this year. I think there were some.
Ohtani last night, maybe, or I think I saw someone.
Did he? I saw he went deep. It was Ohtani. Oh man, that line for Ohtani bobblehead night must have been insane. All right, let's go. We're going to Rogers Center, who had the roof open for the first time yesterday. You could have bet on it, and that I don't think you probably would have been able to bet more than $50, I would assume, at FanDuel, but there should have been some edges there for sure to find out when the weather's going to actually be nice, because it hadn't been. 475. Yep, 475 still there. Vladdy, 475. His price, that's actually come down a bit. Not today, but like we've seen that up to plus 650 at some points this year.
Yeah, he's been showing a lot of value this year, like almost every day. If you're looking at the bat home run projections, Vlad has been
MGM 475.
Yeah. What's that?
MGM, same price right now.
Yeah.
DraftKings 50 points off at 425. ESPN 425. FanDuel 420. I think you probably don't want to dip below the 425s there.
Yeah. If you can get like a 440 or a 450, I like that. The 425 is probably okay. Yeah, Nick Porto saying it. Like, he hit one last night. The regression is starting to come for Vlad. He hasn't hit many home runs this year, only 4 heading into yesterday. But he's the same guy he's always been, if not better. His barrel rate is the highest it's been since 2021. He's hitting the ball hard. The hardest ball he's ever hit in his career came this year. Rogers Center, park factor wise has been playing more homer friendly this year than it has in many years. There's regression coming for Vlad. I think this is the lines that have been being offered on him are just kind of based on him getting off to a slow start. So I will get on as the regression is going to start hitting, hopefully.
Consistent slow starts for Vlad. And last year when he was on his streak, he was incredible. It got him paid. There's a reason why he got $500 million. How are the open?
You mentioned the open roof yesterday. I think yesterday it was only like 65 degrees or something. Like it wasn't anything crazy, but today it's 81 degrees. So roof will definitely be open. We're going to get a little bit of heat. That'll be nice too.
Love it. How was the open roof vibes yesterday, Jingles? Yeah, yesterday was not at the Jays game. Both kids. I gave my middle kid. I was putting myself in the middle. My oldest kid gave him the ball, home opener, spun well. That team won. My 8-year-old kid's team won. I won my slow pitch game. It was a winning day for the Ingles' boys yesterday, but no, we didn't make it down to the center. 425 DK, 400 MGM, 380 Caesars, 420 FanDuel. Bobby doing the price check. Appreciate you, pal. But 3 home run props. I like it. We got Henderson. We got Taveras. We got Vladdy. Some big numbers. But no, going forward, keep an eye. We'll be certainly dropping. I mean, if there's value in other plays, we'll certainly be dropping them. But quarter unit stuff here for home runs. Happy to get that out. Anything else? Anything else on a Friday there in the chat you'd like before we go here? See, we can tell you whatever we want. Like we can tell you here's your buy point, here's your everything. And I know you greaseballs in the chat will find a way to get the worst number and put it in a round robin or do whatever it is. I know you because I am one of you. I get it. Sounds like a round robin time. Yeah, it does. Yeah, I get it. Right? And you're like, yeah, let's just put the other. You're like, I'm 0.75 in. I might as well just put the other 0.25 in there. It's 4. Yes, and then we always lie to ourselves, Yahtzee, and say, yeah, no wonder I put that 6-leg Ertze Divisa Division II soccer parlay in. It's for the account.
It's an investment, really, when you think about it.
Oh, you got to give back to take out with the books, right? You can't just take from them. Oh God. And then Milo. Yeah, Milo's looking at the 2+ market already for the guy we had at 1,300. Yeah. All right. Hey, LD Yanks. Haven't seen you in a long time. Good to see you, pal. Good luck. Appreciate it. Friday in the book. I got some hockey talk coming up in 19 minutes that I gotta prep for. Love it. Thank you for working around some things, Derek. Appreciate everybody there in the chat. Thank you, producer Mick. Let's go. Friday, big day. Let me know how you're betting that Cubs game, because is it going to be another heartbreak for the underbetters? 8 runs in the 8th inning. Last time we were trying to look at these numbers and these wins and these totals. So let's sign off. Josh Ingles, Derek Carty, MLB Prop Picks, powered by the Bat, on covers, YouTube, X, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. No Thursday, just Friday. Let's go. We'll see you around.